This is where I'm going to set up my little shelter for tonight. I'm going to probably set a ridge line for my swing set to my maple tree and do an A-frame shelter over my cot and sleeping pad and sleeping bag setup. And then we'll see how that does. How's it going, guys? So today I got a new review for you, and that is going to be on the Wiggy Ultima Thule. It is a crazy sleeping bag, so I'm going to get into this thing, go do a deep dive on that, talk about why you might want it, what it is, and yeah, but before we get into that, I want to do a quick shout out and thank you to Survival Living. So I actually won this from him from a Christmas giveaway he was doing from his channel, and it is a 3-night JR HL1 headlamp. So it's got a magnetic backside, multiple different brightness settings, it's rechargeable, has pretty much most things I would want in a good headlamp. And you actually see me using this later on when I show you that footage from my overnighter with a sleeping bag. So thanks again to Survival Living. Check his channel out. He's got tons of knowledge. Give him support, guys. And yeah, so thanks again. Let's get started, guys. So what makes Wiggy bags so special? So first of all, Wiggy is the only manufacturer of sleeping bags in the United States that gets all of its materials for its manufacturing purely from the US. It doesn't do any outsourcing at all. 100% made here in the US. It's actually made in Grand Junction, Colorado, which is a plus for me because I actually lived in Colorado for 6 years and I loved it. But yeah, it's made from Jerry Wigutow and first started in 1968. So he's been in the business for a long time. These bags have been being used by EMTs, military special forces. They've got quite the name and reputation. The bag comes with a stuff sack and a compression sack. Kind of compress everything down. Straps on the sides to undo the compression. And then open that guy up right there. You just gotta pull everything out from here. Move the bag out of the way or grab from the bottom. It's a very big bag, which I actually like. It's insanely lofty, so let's get inside this thing. It's got zippers on both the outside and the inside. Very convenient. And it's called a mummy bag because it allows you to cinch the top around your head, the mummy. So once you're inside the bag, you can reach over here, pull these drawstrings, and it's gonna tighten around on your head, then you can cinch it down. Let's do that again. That's super crazy comfy. Like, I can't explain. Like, I've never been in a sleeping bag like this before that just hugs you with warmth. I'm about to fall asleep. So one of the main things that separates a Wiggy bag from other sleeping bags out there in the market is the material that is used on the inner lining of both sides of the bag. And the material is called lamellite. Lamellite is a continuous filament fiber that Jerry created himself and is very durable, strong, lofty, soft, and warm. It's great at preventing heat loss via conduction and convection, and like I said, it's very durable. Now, his sleeping bags with this material is so durable that being kept in a compression sack will not degrade it over time, unlike other sleeping bags. So you can keep this in your compression sack as long as you need to, and it'll be totally fine. It's also washer friendly. In fact, they actually encourage it. It'll increase the longevity of this bag if you wash it frequently whenever it gets dirty and stuff, because that dirt and the oils from your body doesn't get inside the bag and kind of degrade it over time. So washing it is not only okay, it's actually encouraged. And Jerry actually did a test on this thing too, well, Wiggy bags in general, that when compressed under 20 tons, it still maintained the loft after the fact, which is crazy. Other bags can't do that. Now, other bags, the loft is not perfectly running throughout the inside like Wiggy bags are. Other bags might have spots that lose loft or they kind of separate on the insides over time. You might have colder spots throughout the bag. Also, the zippers are very, very durable. They're double-sided, like I said. You can use both sides. Very convenient. And all the stitching throughout the entire bag is, I believe, anywhere from double to triple to quadruple stitched, which you don't get in other bags as well. Other bags are kind of cheaply stitched because it's more cost effective and time effective. This one, they do tons of quality control, making sure all the stitching is great throughout all the bag, and it's going to last you a very long time. In fact, another one of the best things about Wiggy bags is their warranty. Their warranty is pretty much good for a lifetime, and if anything's wrong with your bag, they'll replace it for free. So that pretty much goes to show that they take this stuff seriously, and they got some high quality stuff that they're not afraid to back up with an awesome warranty like that. And then again, my bag is the Ultima Thule, and it is rated for negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 5 pounds, and it is a bit bigger like you guys saw earlier in that compression sack even. Not going to be the easiest thing to carry for some people when they're camping or doing whatever they want to do, but hey, you have to that's the trade-off, you know. You get, it's a little bit bigger bag, but it's a lot warmer, and it could potentially be life-saving. So Wiggy's also has different bags on their website to choose from. They got like negative 40 bags, they've got ultra lightweight bags, more year-round bags. This in particular will be great for winter camping. All right, so let's take a look at me testing this guy out in my backyard, below freezing, coldest night of the week. Let's see how that went. This is where I'm going to set up my little shelter for tonight. I'm going to probably set a ridge line for my swing set to my maple tree and do an A-frame shelter over my cot and sleeping pad and sleeping bag setup. And then we'll see how that does for tonight. But it's really cold right now. It's about 9 degrees, feels like 3 degrees. And let's get this set up because I'm getting cold. All right, got the cot set up with the sleeping bag. Now I gotta put the ridge line and tarp up. All right, the A-frame shelter is up. Let's get inside and get warm. All right, so we're in the shelter now, and it feels pretty good so far. I feel pretty cozy, so I'm gonna get going to bed now, and I'll get back to you guys in the morning and let you guys know how it went. So, see ya. Good night. Good morning. I'm here, which means that this thing worked, which is awesome. Really happy with that. It was comfy and warm all night, and yeah, so let's go inside, get some coffee going, and do a little debriefing on this thing. All right, so as you guys can see, this thing works flawlessly. The sleeping bag plus the shelter I made worked great. I slept, once I fell asleep, I was asleep the entire night. I was extremely cozy and warm, and now I know that this thing can perform as advertised, and I'll carry it with me in different little adventures and camping trips in the future. So, worked great. And a quick tip with that, though, the reason why I made that shelter is, this is kind of a survival tip too. So you don't die or get hypothermia, you need to have your core temperature intact. And to do that, know this acronym right here, IOU. So you want to be inside something, which is the I, on something, which is the O, and then U, under something. So I was underneath my tarp. It's actually reflective on the inside, which helps reflect radiant heat. And I was on top of my cot with bedding, and then I was in my sleeping bag. So the reasons why is because that's going to make like a little microclimate for you. You've got protection overhead from weather conditions or whatever. You've got, you're inside something to get that heat staying trapped against your body, and then you have something underneath you to prevent conductive heat loss. So just because you have a sleeping bag, or even a sleeping bag plus a tent, if you don't have anything underneath you with bedding, then you're gonna be cold, because what happens is when you're in a sleeping bag, no matter how good the sleeping bag is, when you're laying on it, your body's compressing the bottom portion, so you're compressing that loft that whole night you're sleeping, and then you're drastically reducing the heat that you have. And then because of conduction, the cold ground is just going to sap that heat from your body and make you cold. Same thing with hammocks. If you're into hammock camping in colder weather, if you're just in a sleeping bag with no underquilt or any kind of sleeping pad underneath, that cold wind, all that cold air is going to sap that heat from you as you're compressing that sleeping bag down. So to counteract that, you want to have any kind of bedding or loft to augment beneath the sleeping bag to prevent that conductive heat loss. So there's sleeping pads you can buy. You can just stack up blankets. You can, in more primitive wilderness survival situation, You can stack up tons of leaves or grasses. That way you have a big pile, and then when you lay on it, you want at least 4 inches of compression to separate and insulate from the ground. You can use like pine branches and stuff and stack them up. Tons of different ways, but the main point is you want to be in something, on something, underneath something to maintain your body's core temperature. So who would benefit from having one of these bags? Well, I think anyone that likes camping, obviously. Camping, hiking, hunting, anything in the outdoors that you'd be spending a night in, any kind of Wiggy bag would probably suit you very well. You got different temperature ratings for your needs, different sizes, colors, all that good stuff. So I definitely check them out, and I would say also it's a very good preparedness item too for survival when you're not expecting the unexpected to happen. I mean, we just had a terrible, pretty much almost a tragedy on I-95 where people were stranded in their vehicles for like 24 hours. That's horrible and pretty scary. That's why I recommend having something in your car in general, like in the trunk of your vehicle, having a little like emergency bag, whether it's got Mylar space blankets or like a wool blanket and some extra food and water and first aid kit, all that kind of good stuff. One of these bags would absolutely be very, very warm in a situation like that too. So being prepared is also a great thing. So this bag would be great for all types of people. And that value is well worth it. That warranty is insane. Can't beat that. It's gonna be pretty much yours for life. And thanks again to my father-in-law who gifted me this bag for Christmas. I really appreciate that. And that's all I got for today, guys. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something, and I will see you next time. Stay safe. Bye-bye.